Hello and welcome to Up the Villa podcast. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, drop this video a like and let us know your thoughts on our brilliant away win at Carrow Road against Norwich. Jacob Ramsey is one of our own. What a finish that was. Absolutely sensational. I can't believe what I was watching when that went in. It was tremendous. If Messi had scored that, everyone would be waxing lyrical about it. What a goal. It's got to be goal of the month for sure because what a goal. Brilliant performance. I thought first off, we were absolutely terrific. The passing, the possession, the movement. The only thing we were slightly lacking was a final ball at times, but everything before that was tremendous. It's what I spoke about. It's what Gerrard said before the game. Today was the day that we started to see us on the front foot with the ball, showing what we're all about. And I felt first half we did that. Second half, they sort of wanted to make it a little bit scrappier. They were living off scraps, weren't they? Got a little bit, not cagey, not edgy, but just we didn't really have that foothold. And then Chukwuemeka comes on, and what an assist to Watkins. But I'll bring in Justin for his thoughts. 4 wins out of 6. 4 wins out of 6. How are you feeling?
Was an absolutely outstanding win. Just what we wanted to see. Dominant, absolutely dominant in the first half against teams that you expected to win against. You have to start well and get on the front foot and dominate them. And I thought we did that absolutely outstandingly in the first half. Move the ball well, like you said. Use the ball well. Only thing, what you said was just final ball wasn't quite there. So many cutbacks, that they were picking up. They defended okay first half, but when Ramsey put that ball up, I mean, the commentator, I thought it was great, but the commentary, to be fair, he said he's got to go on his own, and he had about 8 players around him, so he looked round. I think he looked round for a split second. I thought, right, I'm off, and he just drove towards goal, and then when it cut on his left, he just absolutely smashed it in the net. Just a dream goal. I mean, that's his second goal this season. They've both been absolute bangers. I mean, the one away at Arsenal was a phenomenal strike as well. Yeah, what a player, what a future he's got. Second half, they came out, they were a little bit off it. I think they obviously had a rocket, hadn't they, at half time, Norwich, and we didn't quite get up to the heights. I think Gerrard would be probably a little bit disappointed we didn't get a second goal early in the second half. That would really have buried the game. We could have probably gone on and got a third and a fourth. But it was nice to get the second when we did. It just finished the game off nicely, 5 minutes to go. And the 2 academy lads, Chukwuemeka, we've been saying it for a long time. We are obviously big Villa fans, so we know what we've got coming through the ranks, and it's not a flash in the pan. It's not it's not just 2 of them. There's dozens of them in the academy, in the 18s, the 23s, the 16s. So to see him now flourishing and playing, I mean, that the bench was full of them, wasn't it? Irabuganam, Philogene Pidais, Chukwuemeka, Ramsey. It's the future is so bright, and we've got good players that complement him as well. I thought Douglas Luiz was outstanding in the 6. Absolutely gutted for Marvelous Nakamba today. That's the only shame of today's news, really, that he could be missing for a very long chunk of the season after he's been so good. But obviously, we've got the players that can come in now. It might mean that the likes of Sanson, who's missing tonight for one reason or another, and Chukwuemeka are going to get more of a chance now. Looked like when Deere had a bit of a knock, they were working on him when he came off onto the touchline. Hopefully that's not too bad. Danny Ings, came on, and Ollie went over to the left. So just positives all round, isn't it? What's it, 6 games in, 4 wins. Couldn't have asked for any more, could you?
We had some Villa fans that were saying, don't be too overconfident about going into today's game. But I had every confidence that we were gonna turn up today and we were gonna put this type of performance because it's kind of been brewing in that first half, hadn't it? It was, Gerrard we've had him for a few weeks now, and the possession was. We know that they've been working on it. And I think it was great today that we started to see glimpses, those little triangles, those little one-touch, deft-touch passes. It's so good to see. Dougie Luiz had a bit of swagger in it, but let's go back to the Ramsey goal, because we've started to see this season at times as well that he has been running with the ball. He has been breaking free. He has been driving forward. I think we saw it firsthand against Newcastle when he started to do that at home. He's really owning this position in midfield. And we've spoke about it on this podcast a few times, that the confidence and the maturity and the belief of getting first team football, you can see he's getting that confidence, and to pick that ball up on that halfway line and just drive it forward and to finish it off with that finish. It was class. It was such a good finish. And I'm so happy. I'm so happy that he got that goal. I think he was a little bit unlucky against Leicester, wasn't he? He had that one that was chalked off. He had that chance in the second half. So that type of goal and the finishing from him has been brewing, hasn't it?
Absolutely. I think we've said it before that when academy players break through, you don't get anywhere near the first team unless you're a very good player. And generally speaking, once they're in and around the first team, fans get a buzz about them because of where they are. As a 16, 17, 18-year-old, to get anywhere near a first team of a Premier League club, then the fans, whether they've seen them or not, realise that you've got to be some player to get anywhere near that. And then for them to break in and then become a regular, I think it then becomes a matter of the players themselves getting to the comfortable stage that once they're in that division, once they're in that team, in that Premier League, mixing it with the best players in the world, in the best league in the world, they have to believe that they're good enough to be there. And now you can sense that with Ramsey, that he comfortably knows that he's good enough to play in the division. So he's just going to get better and better now. The confidence is going to start flowing. To do that tonight, in a live televised game for the club you came through from a 7-year-old, he's only going to improve. And if that's what he's like now, what's he going to be like in 18 months, 2 years' time? And he's got the manager there that's the right man, isn't it? We've said it before. We've got an abundance of very, very good centre midfielders now, and the manager that it was stock and trade was a centre midfielder. I mean, that was, if Gerrard had done that 15 years ago, it's something that you saw him do so regularly, bursting from midfield, driving into the box, getting his shot away, but burying it. So he'll be absolutely over the moon. So I'm chuffed for the lads, really, because I've said it all along. Where we are now with our owners, yes, we can go out and spend big money on players, and we probably still will do that. But I'll get far more, and I think the fan base get far more satisfaction seeing a kid come through the youth team and doing it in the first team. It's what football is all about for me, especially in the modern age of money. If you can still get the odd young player coming through and doing what he's doing, then it just fills us all with absolute pride. So I'm chuffed to bits for him. And Chukwuemeka, I just hope he can sign this contract now that's been bubbling in the background, because he's not going to get another club as big as us going the places where we're going. He's just not. He's in and amongst the first team now. And I just pray he signs the deal, puts that to bed, and he can drive himself into the first team as well. Because if we had 3 or 4 of them, and we could push into Europe, it'd just be the perfect season.
There's no way he does not sign that new deal. There's no way.
I don't think so.
Because there's a pathway. He's getting regular first team football. It would be stupid for him not to sign it. He can see within Ramsey that there's a pathway. He knows there's a pathway. It's name another Premier League footballer of his age that's popping up getting those type of minutes, and he has to sign it.
Well, he would only go. You would think if his agent is angling for a move, he's only going to go to a team that's above us, and he ain't going to get a game for any of them player teams. He's just not. He's a very good footballer, but I don't want this to be all about him and what happened in the background. My point was only that he's a phenomenal player. He's getting regular minutes in a very good team, and he's loved. I mean, when he made that assist, they almost ignored Ollie Watkins, didn't they? They all ran to him and celebrated him, realising what a great assist it was, that he came off the bench and he assisted that well, and chuffed to bits with it. What a great performance. 4 wins from 6. We've got 2 home games coming up. A Burnley one on Saturday, which is going to be hopefully tough. It's going to be tough, but hopefully we can get 3 points. And then the massive one at home to Chelsea on Boxing Day. Sold out for the Park. Who knows what could happen there. Things are going well, and we're only looking up.
We are sitting 9th in the Premier League table on 22 points, 4 points behind Arsenal in 6th place. Burnley up next. For me, they are not the Burnley of 2 years ago, a year ago. They're really, really poor. And I think if we're bang at it, putting that type of performance first half, we win that game comfortably. It was great to see Ings get some minutes back on the pitch as well, wasn't it? And, you know, we were under pressure slightly in the second half, but you sit there now watching, trusting the shape of that team, don't you? You don't really... They didn't really trouble us too much, did they? A couple of corners, couple of lofty balls in. Martinez did well. Mings did well with his clearances, with his headers. And all in all, decent second half, weren't it? So we'll wrap it up there then. Just our reaction. Buzzing we got the win. Ryan is on. He's got to New York, hopefully, hasn't he? So when he touches down, he can... check out the score, and hopefully he's buzzing as well. So
watch the pod.
Yes, he's got to watch the pod. But yes, so another win, which is absolutely fantastic. I'll be back on Thursday for a preview of Burnley, and then me and Justin will be back at the weekend reflecting on hopefully our win against Burnley. So enjoy this one. Subscribe, and up the Villa.
Up the Villa, up the Gerrard.